is Crystal Jordan, and I'm with Lenox and Parker. How are you?
I'm so good, Krista. How you doing?
I am well. I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to get right to my questions. Tosin,
Good.
does Ridge exist in 2025 with the dating pool what it is? Tell me the truth. Don't sugarcoat it. Come on. Are there ridges out there?
You know what? That's the perfect question because the truth is there are a lot of ridges out there. And I think what people don't realize is that there are ridges right around them that they don't take notice of
Mm.
because they seem like tough, mean jerks. But really,
Yeah.
sometimes that's just a shell. Sometimes right underneath that is somebody who's really ready to love. They just need the right person to help bring it out of them. And it shouldn't
Okay.
have to be somebody else's job, but sometimes a man just needs a little bit of help
Yeah.
revealing a part of himself that he's never been encouraged to reveal before.
Okay.
So they're
All
out
right.
there.
That sounds good. Now, Ridge is in Colorado. It's very different than Atlanta. He came to Atlanta looking for his woman. Do you think that the difference in the demographic maybe could have been one of the things that I'm just saying, Ridge was out there in the beautiful mountains of Colorado. Do you think there's a difference in a ridge in Colorado and a ridge in Atlanta? Well, his name wouldn't be Ridge, but in Atlanta.
Listen, I know people like to hate on whether or not Atlanta got it like that, but they do. They do. There's
Yeah,
ridges out there. There's ridges in
I
New
love
York,
that.
there's ridges in Atlanta, there's ridges in Colorado.
Yeah.
And actually one of the things about this film is it's not just this kind of like man versus woman, classic thing. There's also a
Hmm.
classist, kind of
Right.
separation between them. And
Right.
Joy, her character feels like she's a little above him and feels like she's a big city
Hmm.
girl
Hmm.
who likes high class things and wealth, and Ridge is this country boy who likes his farm and silence and doesn't like technology. And that this movie kind of proves how love doesn't care about any of those boundaries.
Yeah. I
Joy
like it.
is possible despite all of that. So if you in Atlanta and you looking, somebody's out there going fit the bill.
Somebody's out there. Okay. And he may be, have the six pack abs and just be wet. He's just all the way ready for you. On a serious note, but that is serious because there's so many people that this film I think is going to inspire to
Uh-huh.
still believe in love. It felt to me like, it just felt good because it was inspirational. And we want to believe in love.
Yeah.
One of the things that you mentioned is that, a man could have some layers.
Yeah.
And so knowing that November is Men's Mental Health Month, I want you to talk a little bit about like the struggles that Ridge was dealing with, that he might not have been able to share, that might have made him want to kind of seclude himself. And, he didn't have to seem to have a problem, taking the alcohol back as well. But can you talk a little bit about how men may deal with mental health loss and things like that differently, and how you were able to show that beautifully in this movie?
Yeah, yeah. You know, without giving too much away, Ridge is dealing with the loss of a close family member. And there is no rubric for how somebody should process the pain of losing someone. There's no blueprint. People will try to tell you how it feels or how it should go, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to experience it for yourself. And I think we're dealing with the man Ridge here who very much feels like he has to be a loner and he has to be alone with his feelings and he has to hole up and be separate from the world. And there's a degree to which being by yourself is very centering and very healthy, but there's a
Mm-hmm.
degree to which it's toxic and it's self-isolation in a way that could even lead to self-harm. And
Yeah.
that is it's dangerous. So we have to encourage people to welcome others into their pain process. We have to encourage people to know that they can grieve communally and know that they can reach out to loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you might need moments of solitude, you have to contrast that with moments of community, a lot of community.
Yeah.
And um, as somebody who's experienced loss myself, I can attest to the fact that it makes a difference when you lean on those who you love, and
Mm-hmm.
if you don't, it can be very, very corrosive. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. I think that's one of the most important elements of the film.
Hmm. It really is. I mean, you and Shannon did an amazing job. And I know this is the holiday season, and so many people, you know, are struggling right now, and going through things. And this movie feels like a breath of fresh air. So
Mm.
I would love to ask you, just as my last question, any message that you hope people get from finding joy, and just anything that you'd want to share with people as they make sure that they check it out on Amazon, but just even beyond that, what's your holiday message?
I think my holiday message is that no matter where you are at in life, love is possible. No matter how hard it gets, or no matter what pain you're dealing with or struggling with, joy is possible. And you just have to allow yourself to be open to that possibility.